Hi guys, today I have something really cool, but first I have a confession to make. Now a while ago I reviewed the Safari Ltd Chinese Dragon, or so I thought. Now one of my viewers, Moustache Twirler, pointed out that in fact that was a Blastoise dragon, not a Safari. Now I was a bit unclear on this because I got mine from a bin labelled Safari Ltd. And when I looked at the two pictures, I thought they were pretty similar. And I wondered if it was like an OEM kind of situation. Now I can definitively say they are in fact different molds. So yes, I messed up on that one. Well, what I have today is a true Safari Ltd Chinese dragon, but not quite. You see, in my review, I said that as happy as I was with that dragon, I wish they'd done it in the colours I remember as a child. Green body, red fins, and so on. So I thought of getting another one and having it repainted in those colours. The question is, who to help me? For that, let me introduce Jay Carriere. I hope I'm not butchering that pronunciation, from Dinosaur Dungeon. Now Jay is an extremely exciting paleo sculptor, and I first learned of him when I read a Dino Toy Blog review of a 1:1 scale specially commissioned Epidexiterix. Now, I'm not interested in Peruvian dinosaurs at all, but when I saw pictures of this, I got interested. And that's one of the magical things sculptors do. They create interest and curiosity because they manifest a 3D representation that's more real than any picture on a page. Now, Jay's done some amazing work and I hope to own one of his pieces someday. But meantime, why not ask if he would repaint a Chinese dragon for me? And to my delight, he said yes. This is the real slim Safari Ltd Chinese dragon. This was the base dragon, and this is Jay's work. And as you can see, it's exactly in the colors that I wanted. Because Jay usually works on much larger figures with an airbrush, this one he had to paint by hand, which makes it very special for me. It's much harder to work on a smaller canvas, but as you can see, there's nothing here to be desired. We have the green, which is so important to me. And I like how this glistening on the skin, on the scales, almost reminds me of the water with which the Chinese dragon is associated. Now, the glaring redness of this structure here, let's just call it the supraspinous ligament. It's so in your face, true to so many paintings I remember as a child. Now, this ligament is actually continuous with these pennant-like fins painted here in yellow. And this idea carries all the way to the upper smaller plates up here into the neck, and then down here all the way down the tail, where the red then expands with the bushy expansion of the tail here, and thereby keeping the consistency of this two color mix. And this color mix also shows up here in the mane and here in the beard. So everything ties in together. And although the Chinese dragon doesn't breathe fire, it's nice how the idea of fire, so commonly associated with our idea of a dragon, is suggested here, isn't it? Around, especially in the head area. And speaking of tying in, I also like how Jay's tied the two major colors, the green and the yellow, how he's tied them together here by the use of washers. Now you can see down here, consistently down the belly plates, down to the tail, how by using layers and washers, you see hints of the green showing through the yellow. And that gives it a very real appearance that I really enjoy. Now, even more cool, you may recall me saying I wish there was a dragon pearl to go with my Chinese dragon. Well, guess what? Jay actually created one for me. There's this base painted in a very nice reflective blue, and as for the pearl, it's held up by a transparent rod, creating the illusion of just floating before the dragon. And there's also a very nice shine to it. And the overall blue connects this Chinese dragon to the water, which is its element. But it also connects it to the sky, which reminds us of the Chinese dragon's celestial and heavenly nature. Now let's make a comparison with the Blastoise Chinese dragon. And in hand, there's no question whatsoever that these are different sculpts. Most obviously, you have the different proportions of the head, which is much bigger in the Blastoise and slimmer in the Safari Ltd. And likewise at the other end, the bushy tail of the Blastoise is a lot more generous than that in the Safari. As is the fur on the elbows and on the hocks, which I like because it's actually very typical of depictions in a Chinese dragon. So that's a bit more emphasized than on the Safari Ltd. From the top, you can see the positions of the limbs are different. So these aren't just mirror image molds being used. And the Safari's head is tilted to one side, or I should say it's more tilted than with the Blastoise. Now overall, I'd say the Blastoise has more pleasing proportions for me. And although the head tilt in the Safari makes it more dynamic, and it goes well with the idea of it chasing the pearl, for just plain display, I think the straight-on appearance of the Blastoise wins. But when you consider the paintwork and how much that elevates this sculpt, there's no question which one I'd save from drowning if the boat capsized and I could save only one. Now, if only we could have the best of both worlds. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Right. I'll put links to Jay's social media below. Do check out his Facebook and Instagram. Jay started doing this sporadically in 1996 but became more regular in 2011. He's got a great body of work, including some dinosaurs that were displayed in the Smithsonian Deep Time exhibit. And of course, there's that Epidexiterix. Currently, he's working on an Archaeoceratops and something I'm going to be really excited to see, a pair of 1 to 20th scale Allosauruses, not roaring like thousands of models we've seen before, but minding their own business sitting around the nest. I'm still holding on to fantasies of a Jay Carriere sauropod, but meanwhile, I'll be very happy with this Chinese dragon. Alright, that's it for this video. We're drawing to a close to the year, and as I shoot this video, the election is just around the corner. And I hope for my friends in the US, and I guess by corollary the rest of the world, that whatever happens, it will be the best thing for all of us. Take care, my friends.